welcome back. Good afternoon. This is your boy MadeMenMelo coming to you back live with another Benny's 2 Top 10. We got the top 10 villain transformations in anime. Let's go and take a look.
We just had a video on villain team-ups, so I figured that a continuation to that seems apt. After all, there's just something very special about anime villains. It's almost a trope now that a lot of them can transform in various ways. Others go from monstrosities into handsome men, while others just do the opposite. Some just go straight up into Final Fantasy boss territory in terms of appearances. However, not all transformations are created equal. Some are more impactful than others. So for today, I'll be going through what I think are 10 of the most impactful and memorable villain transformations in anime. Alright, strap in tight, we're in for one hell of a ride. JoJo has no shortage of transformations that go from cool to downright bizarre. Among them, I think that the transformation by the leader of the Pillar Men is one of the coolest ones. It checks out when you think of it. Kaz is known as the ultimate life form, and his ability as the ultimate life form allows him to take on the traits of any life form. Just as he gets fired at by the Nazis, it's Kaz who comes out on top by donning his stone mask, transforming into his most well-known form. The massacre that follows is just the icing on top. The ultimate life form has been unleashed, and this moment will forever be etched into any JoJo fan's memory as one of the pivotal turning points in battle tendency.
Need to watch JoJo.
You saw this coming now, didn't you? I mean, what else did you expect from a character whose entire gimmick is some sort of transmutation? Overhaul's entire shtick comes from his ability to keep transforming things with his quirk, and of course, that includes himself. And boy, what a scary set of transformations he had as he battles our heroes. Indeed, that's the most fearsome part of Overhaul's powers. Nothing is safe from his power of reassembly, not even your quirks. He may not have the reputation or the legacy that someone like All For One had, but you'd be a fool to underestimate a supervillain with this kind of versatility. It all culminates in his ultimate transformation into his red kaiju form. He meets his end at the hands of Deku, but it sure took one hell of a chain of battles for Overhaul to be defeated. Gave us some of the best animation we've seen in the season too. How appropriate that right after Overhaul, we have another character with a suspiciously similar gimmick in Jekyll Dyke.
I heard good shit about that. Heard good shit about this.
Yep, two masters of transformation and assimilation back to back. While transformation works a bit differently in the God of High School universe, I think that Jekyll Dyke's way of doing it is quite neat. I mean, at the end of the day, we're talking about a person who can ascend into the realm of the gods, and he uses this angelic form to engage Jin Mori in the last stretch of the season. He dons an appearance that would put some JRPG bosses to shame with how majestic and intimidating it is. It's not so much monstrous, but there really is a sense of wonder at the form that he decides to take. Then you get to see his powers in action. Not for too long for a supposed season final boss, unfortunately. The transformation kind of fell flat because of the ease in which Jin Mori destroys him. I mean, with an appearance like that, I think he can put up a bit of a fight, don't you think so? On the other hand, rule of cool is a thing, and I don't think that anyone else in God of High School comes with a second form that looks as cool as the angelic form that Jekyll Dyke had in the series finale.
Hello, no. You already know, gotta get some One Piece.
One Piece's 912th episode.
Okay, this man is like humongous,
to be a monster of a villain,
and he turns into a dragon.
A scary transformation, of course, one that resembles a very, very intimidating blue Shenron. Just like a good villain who prides himself on power, Kaido releases some blood-curdling screams while he transforms into his dragon form. He then proceeds to emerge out of nowhere to shake fear in the hearts of all those who oppose him. The transformation was cool enough, but once you add that entrance to the mix, whoa. Seriously, with this powerful of an entrance and that mighty of a form, how could anyone stand up to him? I really don't know how anyone could beat this, honestly speaking.
What turned into Shinron? That boy turned into Shinron. He was already huge, but let's make him huge. Let's make him huger. Let's make him humongous.
Coming up next is Ragyo from Kill La Kill.
I remember I
For a
watched
show
one
with such a
episode of
major
this.
focus on
I don't know what
transformations
happened.
and
It just
outlandish
went.
outfits, it's a no-brainer that the ultimate villain would be rocking such
So many
transformations of her
anime
own.
I need
We've
to
got a lot of
catch up
memorable
on.
moments, such as the outfit swaps
Ridiculous.
between the sisters and Ragyo rocking Junketsu. However, I think that her peak transformation moment comes when she puts on her ultimate outfit, Shinra Gogetsu, donning an appearance that puts every other life fiber transformation to shame with how outlandish it looks. Ragyo terrorizes the heroes in this new form. The symbol of Ragyo's desire for world domination doesn't disappoint, as it showcased some hilariously overpowered abilities right after easily defeating even our main heroines. And even after its defeat, Ragyo still manages to use it in its space shuttle form to further her plans. The great thing about this transformation is that it happens at the end of an episode, providing one of the best cliffhangers the series has. Given how Kill La Kill has got a lot of great cliffhangers, that's saying something. I think that seeing Shinra Gogetsu is probably one of the most hyped I've been for an upcoming episode. Well, while we're on the topic of villains, you know who anime fans consider the true villains? Region locks, of course. That's why we have our great hero and the sponsor of this video, ExpressVPN.
So
it's
many
the
anime.
premier VPN
So
service
that
that
you
will
already
allow you
know
to bypass
Kill La
those
Kill is
pesky
on the
region
list.
locks and enjoy
One
shows you
Piece,
wouldn't
I'm
normally
still
be able to
chugging
access
along through
legally.
that.
I
I'm
started
like
using ExpressVPN and I never
episode
looked back.
2.
I recently used it to watch some Kill La Kill fights. Just
40.
open ExpressVPN and select the United States server and boom! Now you can use it to watch hundreds of different anime which aren't available in your region. And it does all of this without slowing your internet speeds down whatsoever. I can stream anime with blazing fast speeds in HD quality and never experience any buffering. With ExpressVPN, you can also browse the internet with the maximum security that a VPN can provide. That includes hiding your location and protecting you against the scourge of attacks on privacy that are becoming more and more prevalent as the days go by. And all you have to do is head onto my description box and follow the instructions to download ExpressVPN, or just go to expressvpn.com/VinnyTube. With ExpressVPN, see a brand new internet without limits. Start your trial on the #1 VPN service now. For all the lists that he topped on his channel, I think it's a breath of fresh air seeing Madara at the midway point of the list. No one wins forever, even if you're one of the most broken villains ever created. Madara may only be 5th on the list, but I think that his transformation is a key event in the final arc, being the one moment where I thought the good guys were legitimately screwed. As if they weren't already. Well, Madara's about to make it worse. After absorbing the power of the 10 tails, Madara goes on to unleash his 6-path transformation, gaining white hair and an edgy new redesign. No wonder he had to be written out through some plot convenience. I'm glad I just mentioned shonen villains that were so overpowered they had to be defeated by plot convenience, because up next is Aizen.
Yakyo. Now shit.
Aizen, as a character, is all about transcending limits and achieving godhood in a sense. This in turn is represented by his constant evolution and transformation, some sort of natural selection logic if you will. The end of the Fate Garakura town saw a minimum of 3 Aizen forms in the long battle, and I think that the best one among them is the second one. The second one? Yes, the one where he emerged out of the shell thing with a mullet and butterfly wings. I think that it ended up being his most memorable form, and it represented the perfect turning point in the battle that had largely been going in Soul Society's favor until that moment. It's just the perfect form for a being about to ascend into godhood, a cross between the image of a divine being and a human. Technically speaking, his actual final form is way more intimidating and is the stuff of nightmares, but that form just lacked the charisma that this one had. Not to mention, it barely did anything anyway. We continue on with the shonen train for our top 3 with the next contender, Broly.
Menace.
Dragon Ball's always
Straight
been about
menace.
transformations. It's the easiest way to show a power-up after all, and the show's just rife with those. I can put Cell's forms on the list. I could put many boosts here. Heck, even Frieza deserves a spot. And those are just the major villains, not even getting to the minor ones. And then of course, there's Broly. I want to give Broly the spotlight here because I feel his transformation carried a lot of impact. I mean, the same can be said for the other major villains I mentioned, but from a personal perspective, I feel like Broly elicited the strongest reactions from me. The first appearance from the old movie is already something. I mean, he's brought freaking Vegeta to his knees in fear while needing everyone's combined powers to lose. Then there's the Dragon Ball Super transformation. It's not too often that you see a villain transformation carry this much impact due to the voice acting.
Reality.
This is a scene that still gives me chills when I see how Broly screams as he completes this transformation. You can tell that the heroes are screwed with how intense this moment is, and Broly didn't disappoint. 2 movies, 2 different eras, both badass and spine-chilling transformations. Broly truly knows how to make an impact.
They go, Broly. Of course you gotta add Berserk in here, man.
A couple of times before.
You got to.
Griffith completing his fall into Femto is still one of the most powerful moments and transformations in anime. Griffith has been through a lot, and during the eclipse, he finally gives into despair and gets reborn as Femto. Femto then proceeds to do some despicable acts that pretty much encapsulates the mature themes that Berserk has been known for. The intervention of the Skull Knight prevents things from getting even worse for Guts and Casca. It's good that he manages to arrive in time, as things were looking pretty bleak back then. Despite the sad news about Miura, I'm sure that Berserk will live on with its legacy and the number of works that have been inspired by it. How it's managed to do that, I would personally say, has a lot to do with the beautiful art, character writing, and gut-wrenching developments, some of them leading to chilling transformations like this one.
Beast. That shit was brutal. That shit was brutal.
Now, I don't think this is a surprising number 1. It's an easy decision to make, actually. I know mentor or big brother figure traitors are too rare in anime, but having those figures to be the most iconic enemies that kickstarted the series? Well, looks like the greatest enemy is within the ranks after all. After confiding with Eren, Reiner and Bertolt proceed to commit one of the biggest betrayals and reveals in modern anime. It's just an incredible and powerful scene. The music, the cinematography, and the voice acting are all just so perfect here. This transformation is a game changer in Attack on Titan, and that's why I place it as my number 1 villain transformation. The 2 didn't disappoint either, and the ultimate battles against them ended up being some of the most hyped fights in the entire run of Attack on Titan. With that, I end my list. Is there a transformation that you think I missed out on? Write it down in the comment section so I can check it out.
That shit was tough, though.
Sponsors of this video,
that shit was tough. When you see your boys that you've been fighting, seeing others die, blood, sweat, and tears, and they turn out to be one of them goddamn shits. Oh, it's about to be on. It's about to be on. I got nothing but hate for you. Man, bro, look at here. Man, bro, look at here. You tell me you sitting right here killing your own people, and we out here trying to solve this shit, and y'all right here next to me? Oh, y'all finna get all this anger. Y'all finna get all this anger. I don't care if you begging for mercy. I don't care. No. Boom, boom. Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way. Mikaz was right. Mikaz was start slicing and dicing them boys, because it's like, bro, look, bro, that's crazy. That's nuts. That's nuts when you sit next to somebody that you fought alongside with, talked, confided, did everything with, you know, in the shit that they're in, and you turn out to be, what? Oh, it's on. It's on. But that was some top 10 most epic villain transformations by Benny 2. Go ahead and subscribe to that page as well as mine. Subscribe, like, comment what you believe. What's the most epic, if it's on here, or if it's not, what do you believe? Because like I said throughout the video, I am catching up on anime and new anime that I've never heard of, but I am definitely going to be watching. So you catch me next time. I appreciate you guys. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Peace.